Ladies and gentlemen, we got Israel Mercado back in the building. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, share the live. Israel, man. I, for those, a lot of people just probably tapping back in, or some people just now new coming off. But I want to start. I want to start from the beginning, man. First, let us know who you are, where you from, what gym you fighting out of, and then we take it from there.
I'm from Pomona, California. My name is Israel Mercado. We're out here. I'm 13-1 and two draws. So we're just out here, just staying active. And I recently just got ranked in the WBA number eight. So we're looking forward to the big fights.
All right, cool. Now, Israel, now let us know, man. Tell us when did you start getting into boxing? Right? When did you start getting into boxing? When did you say, no, this is what I really want to do?
Just as a kid, brother. As a kid, just like um, just like many other fighters, man. Just as a kid, trying to learn the art of boxing, man.
Got you. And so let me ask you, at what age, right? At what age did you pick up the glove? Did somebody bring the sport to you? Did you go to the gym? I always hear like fighters,
Yeah,
they had a lot of fights in school, so their parents like, listen, we taking you to
yeah,
the
yeah,
gym.
yeah.
Was that kind of like your story?
Yeah. Similar to that story. We all like as fighters, we all got a similar story. Whether they like to admit it or not, because a lot of boxers they have a big ego. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they don't like to admit stuff. But I'm as real as they come, and like I really just want to smoke with any fighter at the 140-pound division, any champion. I'm ranked number eight. Like I said, Gary Russell. I need that smoke right away. But like I said, man, before it's just like similar story like every other boxer, man. You're growing up, sometimes you got family members that box. In my case, my older brother box. My father was a big fan. School fights, family events, stuff like that. Just messing around with the gloves type stuff. So just a regular stuff, man.
All right, yo, Israel, let me ask you, man. If you could bring us back to the first time, if you remember the first time you stepped into the boxing gym, right? Now I know some fighters, like for me, when I first started, my pops was like, you want to keep fighting? We gonna see how bad you really are. We gonna throw you in the ring. How was it for you when you first stepped into the boxing ring? If you can, you stepped into the boxing gym. What was
Yeah.
your first
No, it's a
experience
little
like in the
different than
boxing gym?
that. A little different than that. A little different than that. It was definitely my choice 100%. I wanted to be a fighter since a kid. I always envisioned myself as a fighter. So, I see my brother do it and I just always picture myself fighting, So it was definitely my choice. I wanted to be there. It was voluntary, you know, decision. I did that myself. I wanted to be a fighter always. And as far back as I can remember, brother, I always wanted to be a champion. So, I think that these fight, a lot of these guys nowadays, they base themselves a lot on media. You can check my record, like you said before. I got a 56 something percent knockout ratio. But if you go and you check the guys that I fought, they're all young and up and coming fighters that are young that's never been knocked out before with high knockout percentages themselves. So that says that I'll not only have a chin, but also I'm fighting tough competition. Something that a lot of these guys are not doing because 90% of boxing is matchmaking. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like everything else is like it's just matchmaking. These guys they're like look, like I don't know, man. Just watch, pay attention, and the fans are gonna have one perspective, but me as a fighter, being the way that I came up and everything, I have another perspective. I have a broader view of what's really happening, and I don't believe in the hype. So I'm ready to fight any world champion, and we're gonna put it on the ass.
Yo, listen, man, you talking that talk right now, bro. Now listen,
Yes,
man.
sir.
You mentioned Gary Antoine Russell. You mentioned Gary
Oh
Antoine
yeah.
Russell
Oh
earlier,
yeah.
right?
Oh
At
yeah.
140. Now, he just
Uh
had
huh.
a fight against Andy on Saturday.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that fight? When you saw that
I
fight,
thought I thought I thought they robbed the Japanese dude. I thought that he did enough to
oh,
win.
so
He hurt him. All Gary Russell did was his pitter patter bullshit that don't mean nothing. That ain't that pretty shit. That should have worked, bro.
yeah.
I mean, the dude was strong. He was solid. Like at the end, I had to give it to Gary because he was taking some big shots.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So kudos to him for being just for being a tough guy. But in my book, at the end of the day, you don't get points for that. You know what I mean? He took a lot of damage in that fight, and I think if he fights me next, he's gonna get whipped. You better stop with that
Man,
shit. He's
yo,
gonna get
listen,
to his
listen,
ass.
listen. You know we gonna put this on the internet, so he probably gonna see this. He probably gonna see this, man. So look, let me ask you.
Okay,
All
that's what I
right,
want.
I like that. I like that talk. I like that talk.
I want that. That's what I want, baby.
I like that talk. Now, for those who don't know, he's 13, 1 and 2, right? 13 wins, one loss and
Yes,
two
sir.
draws.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I heard before we get back to Andy, right? I heard in another interview what you said in your two draws that you had. You believe that you
Right.
was robbed in those two draws. You believe that you actually won, right?
Of course. Not only did I, but the whole arena did too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You could check the comments. Check it. I mean, like, cause that's what that's what people do now. They check comments. They're like, people don't care. You know, like to me before back then, you lost, you lost. You win, okay, cool. You know what I mean? I think that there are bullshit decisions. You know, it's just, like I said before, a lot of people think so too. So what can I do about it? Nothing.
So let me ask you because you are on a winning streak right now, right? You are on a winning streak. So let me ask you, when you fought Brandon Pizarro, was that a fight that you said, listen, I gotta make a statement because if I lose this, they might write me off. Was that your mindset going into that fight?
Nah, 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 nah. My mindset was I was gonna come in there and do what I did, dominate. You know, do what I do. Always give a great show, and press the issue. You know, I'm here to press the issue. I'm not here to wait for you to throw your little bullshit jab at. Nah, we need a fight. It's a fight at the end of the day. We gotta throw. You know, let the power shots go. Set up your power shots. Let's get it going. You know, so he didn't want to engage. Like I said before, he had a lot of talk afterwards. You know, like after the fight, bro, I'm good. You know, like we fought, we can shake hands and move on. But you know, I didn't really like his approach. You know, and so I'm like, man, get it out of my face. You know, like
Yeah.
you need to go back to the drawing board, bro, instead of trying to say nonsense right here.
Now let us know for some that didn't see the conferences and stuff like that. How was the build up for that fight? Was there a lot of heat? Was there real tension during the lead up to the fight?
Not really, you know, not really. I think that once we was there and we're in the weigh in,
Yeah.
that we you know, one of his mans was like, hey, you know, try to talk that talk, whatever, and I'm like, cool, you know, I'm right here, dude. I'm like, we'll see what happens, man. You know, they're just talking that shit. Those his homeboys. Fine, whatever. You know, they ain't gonna do shit anyways. Who cares?
All right. Yo, listen, Chet. There's a lot of other guys at the 140 division, right? We got Gary, we got Hitchens, right? Keyshawn is at 140. He's talking about going to 147.
Ooh, that's a good
Um,
fight.
who's some of the top guys? I know if you can give your, let's say your top five guys in the 140 division that you would like to fight. Who would those guys look like to you?
Gary Russell. Gary Russell. I would like to fight also Richardson Hitchens, but I don't know what's going on with his ass. You know, now after the whole, you know, all
Him
that
being,
bullshit that happened.
yeah.
You know, whatever. You know, that's not really my business, but whatever. I'll step in and fight for that belt though with Oscar Duarte. I'll smoke that kid. I will fucking clean that boy up. He don't
You
want
smoke
that fucking
Oscar
smoke.
Duarte, bro?
Yeah, man. What the fuck? His little hey man, he needs to go to Venice Beach with those muscles, man. Go oil up your muscles, man. Did he man, that shit don't work right here. Pause. That shit don't work right here. You know what I mean? Right here, that shit don't mean nothing in boxing, bro. You know, the muscles think you're tough, bro. You slow as shit. You're for every one
Muscle don't
punch he
mean tough.
throws, he's gonna get tagged up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now
We're
let's see.
training hard as fuck every single day, bro.
So how
We're at the gym right now. We're in the gym right now with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where you at? That look like 24-hour fitness.
No, no, it's LA Fitness, man. We
Oh,
warming
LA
up.
Fitness. Okay, okay,
They're in the Zumba over here, man. They're in the Zumba over here, man. They're like the Latinas. But anyways,
So
maybe
look,
we should move from here, man.
so you said Oscar Duarte right now. Let me ask you, with Oscar Duarte, um, stylistically, right? How do you see that fight going for you and Oscar Duarte? He's
With
a
me?
volume type of puncher.
With me?
Yeah, with you, yeah.
Okay. Nah, that'll be easy work. He won't even win a round.
Oh, you're
You know what
not
I mean?
giving
If
him
I
a
don't,
round.
I might stop his ass. Might stop his ass. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
That's what a lot of people think. You know what I mean? But the thing that people fail to see is that every single big fight that I've been on has been within like 2 week notice, 3 week notice, 4 week notice. I never got a proper camp. I want to see these guys take a fight like that, see where they at. I'm always in shape. Give me a proper camp, see what happens.
Now let me
Yeah.
ask you,
So
why do you think that is? How come you haven't been getting those full camps the way the way you deserve?
they don't. I mean, I just think that the route that I chose to take. Early on in my career, I got blackballed by some wishy-washy ass matchmakers in the boxing game that they ain't doing shit now in their career. They
Mm,
know whoever knows it. Yeah, they can. So they try to stop me from doing what I did, but whatever, it's all good. I chose a different route. I stuck to my guns. I kept training hard, and now I'm with the right people. And I'm ranked now. So now they're gonna have to give me that smoke. If not, give it the bell. I'll fight for it. Like it's my turn.
all right. So we know Keyshawn Davis is at 140 right now, right? And then let's say Keyshawn doesn't go to 147. Do you possibly see a fight with you and Keyshawn? Would you like
Of
that fight?
course, yeah, let's fucking get it with Keyshawn Davis. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's all matchmaking. They've been matchmaking his ass good. He had a pretty good amateur career, whatever, professional career. I seen him look not as good as he did. Like that fight with Ortiz. Yeah, you did your thing. That's a good body shot. But at the end of the day, you're getting frustrated. Like there was rounds out there where it's like, what the fuck you doing? Like, bro,
Mm,
every round as a boxer, you gotta win rounds, man. Not against Ortiz. I know Ortiz is a difficult fighter. It's hard to fight him. But at the end of the day, man, you're supposed to be the biggest, best thing in boxing. So you should have stopped his ass way sooner. So I wasn't very impressed. Ortiz is just a guy that doesn't really do nothing but try to just throw you off your game. That's his main goal, is just to throw you off your game. He ain't got no real skills. He ain't got no fucking strategy.
mm. So you really
Yeah.
wasn't too impressed with Keyshawn's performance. A lot of people was
What?
considering the
I like
fact
how
that
he
he.
was like, I like how he was patient. That's it. After he got frustrated, because he got frustrated.
Mm.
Afterwards he got patient. So I like that he just kind of got patient, picked his right shot. But to be honest, it's just boring. So I didn't really like it, like until the end. Cool, at certain times you throw a right hand like once or twice, that's it. So it's like let people just see the final result but don't see the whole fight. I see the whole fight. I'm a boxer. I know what's going on here. And he got frustrated and then he had no, like it was just boring. He got with that body shot, whatever, and then Ortiz is just running around like, that's just what he does.
But a lot of people would say that Keyshawn, he kind of resembles Bud in a way, right? He comes forward. He's not going to stop fighting. He's very aggressive,
Nah,
right?
nothing like
He
Bud.
hits hard.
He's not like Bud. He's not like Bud.
He's not
He's
like
not
Bud.
like
You
Bud.
don't see the you don't
Nah.
see the comparison.
No, no, no. I mean, I could see like certain little techniques because they train together, obviously. But as far as like everything, like Keyshawn's way too emotional to be like, but he's
Mm.
emotional as fuck. He's emotional as fuck. He says some corny ass shit all the time in interviews. He's an emotional dude. So Bud ain't like that. When you ever see Bud act like that? So it's
Right,
nothing
right,
like
right.
Bud. It's like different. So you know what I mean? Everybody say that. You bring up this interview and see if I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right. So
You know
let
what
me
I mean?
let me
So,
ask you this:
yep.
if there's anybody at the 140 division, right? Who do you feel would probably give you a challenge? Who do you
I
feel
think
like
I
that?
think I mean I think I never said none of these guys will give me a challenge. These guys are all gonna be a challenge. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right,
They're all
right.
gonna be a challenge, but I'm just gonna be ready. I just trust in my game plan. Give me a full camp, bro. It's over with. You know what I mean? Like he's just better be careful. They better stop writing me off because something might happen and out of nowhere you just lost everything you worked for so long. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
So what it sounds like to me is you ready to give people some upsets. That's
Oh
what it
yeah, bro.
sounds like to me,
Hey, bro.
Israel.
I'm ready to hit this. I'm ready to hit this workout right here, dude. We were in the gym with it all day
I
long,
like that.
bro.
I
That's what
like
we're
that. I
doing.
like that. I
We're
like that.
working, baby. We're working.
I like that. I like that. Now let me
Yeah.
ask you, man. What's going on so far? If you can kind of let us know, do you have some fight? Do you have anything worked up with the promoters? Any fights coming up?
We got something possibly cooking for late March. Um, we got multiple offers right now, so we're just gonna pick the right thing. I wanna. I mean, if I can retain my title or defend my title, that'd be nice. Or maybe even I'm even open to moving up to 147. If I'm not getting the fights at 140, I'm even down to move up to 147. Even though I'm a small 140. But I'm able to mix it up with these guys. I know sparring is different from pro fights, but I just believe in my skills, man. Anything is possible at this point, and I'm just here to just prove it to people, man. Or put on some great show, man. That's it.
147. You know who's at 147 right now? we they call him Debo Devin Haney right now. They call
Oh,
him
David Hayes, yeah,
Debo,
he's
bro.
good. He's good. He's good. He's a tough fighter. You know, he's a tough fighter. I sparred him actually last year. We got some good rounds.
You ain't,
I
you
think it
ain't,
was some
you
good
ain't,
rounds.
you ain't gonna tell us how it went though. I see you got some good
Yeah.
rounds.
I mean, I don't know. We might have to save that one for the next episode.
All right, cool, cool. I respect it. I respect it. No,
Yeah, we'll
but for
save it
real,
for the
you can
next
see
episode.
yourself going up to 147, maybe possibly taking on Devin Haney, maybe a Ryan Garcia, maybe Brian Norman Jr.
I mean, I don't know, man. To be honest, like I said, I'm a small 140, small 140. So if they're gonna offer me a fight at 147, everything has to make sense as far
Right,
as the opponent goes, and the bag, and the severity of the fight, man. So we're just gonna take any offer that comes our way, and we're gonna consider it, and if it works out for us, it works out. If not, then we'll just move on.
for sure. Yo, Israel,
Yeah.
my chat wants me to ask you this question. They want to know
Yes, sir.
what was your best performance up to date, so they can go ahead and watch the fight.
I mean, best performance. It depends really how what you define as best. My best win was against Brandon Pizarro. Even though I didn't I should have done. I could have done more, but he was just he's a difficult fighter. He's hard. He's hard to deal with. He has a fast jab. He has skills. I never say he didn't. So
Yeah,
that one I had to just kind of adjust. But the fight earlier on that year in January, when that draw, I think that one might be my best performance since I got that call within 2 weeks. I gave it my all. I just kind of just put my mind to it and just went against all odds and went out there and got robbed on Matchroom. So check that one out. And Matchroom versus Rubalcaba. So, but yeah, I appreciate your time, man. I think we're gonna get to this workout, man. And next time, let's do another show
yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
we'll get it
appreciate your
popping,
time. I know
man.
we was on limited time, but I appreciate you
Yes, sir.
popping up, Israel. Appreciate you. Listen,
Appreciate
chat.
you,
If
brother.
y'all don't know Israel, make sure y'all go follow him. Go follow his page. Go check his fights out. We're gonna have him up here on another show. It's gonna be a full length show. So we appreciate your time, Israel. Appreciate you coming up here,
All right,
brother.
man. Appreciate it, man. We'll
All right,
get to
brother.
it, man. Next time, we'll chop it up next time, brother. Appreciate it. Peace.
Likewise. Be good. Be safe, brother.